everybody, and welcome to the Adrift. Let's see if we can refresh the chat a little bit. There we go. Alright, I don't know if this is going to pop us out of the screen resolution that I have it on currently. When I start, it's set to be in windowed mode, so everything should be fine. But yeah, we're gonna try Sunless Sea. I'm not sure if it's mouse and keyboard or controller. We're gonna find all of that out in a minute here. Do let me know if the how the volume balance is, whether my voice is too loud or too soft compared to the music of the game. I've tried to get it balanced decently here. You used mouse and keyboard? Okay. Cool. So volume is good. Good. I am glad. All right. So, all right. Well then, let us get started here. I'm going to make one small adjustment to my setup. Sorry, since it's mouse and keyboard, I want to move my laptop to my desk. Just that a little bit. Can you still hear me all right? Still good? Cool. All right. Well, let us let's give this a go. Let's check out the options, key bindings. Here. Okay. It's harder to hear me now. How about now? Is now any better? How's that? Can you hear me all right now? Better? Okay. All right. So let's see. Authenticate at any time to receive your latest condiments. What are these? Do I want to authenticate? Why not? Let's do this. Makes you log in. Is that bad? But you get a free chest. Okay, well, might as well. Unless you have another. What activation code? Am I supposed to be emailed one? Put an absinthe green. Wait, what do you mean it's not supposed to do that? Hold on. Oh, it's just a default code and that should, what? Not supposed to need a code. Okay. Alright, well, then we go absinthe green. Maybe this is crashing. I don't, okay. Alright, I don't fully understand what's happening here, but we're gonna roll with it. We are gonna roll with it. Okay. Well then. Okay, so let's do a new game. Yes. Here we go. A menacing red exclamation mark means your enemy is about to launch an attack. Get out of range if you can. Okay. Captain's making. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria. Probably gonna want chat off the top. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. What I'll do, since I can see sort of how this UI is set up now, what I'll do is I'll move chat down. Here, maybe. Unless I can... Maybe I can make this smaller. And just pop that off to the side. Okay. Let's see if that works out okay. We'll still move it down to the bottom here. Cool. Okay. 3 decades ago, in the reign of Victoria, London was stolen by bats. Now it lies a mile below the surface. It was dreadfully inconvenient for everyone, but it opened a vast black ocean to you. Welcome to the Untersee. All right. Let's choose a past, shall we? Decide who you were and what you want to be. You now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman. What is that? I thought we would get a choice here. Sure. Ah, here we go. Now it opens up. Who were you? Now you're a captain. Now you belong to the Untersee. But who were you before? A street urchin. Your urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to the sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. That last big score was enough to buy a ship. This will give you a bonus to veils, the skill of subtlety and evasion. Excuse me. A poet. Educated and articulate, you seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. This will give you a bonus to pages, the skill of trickery and knowledge. Veteran of the campaign of '68. You fought in the invasion of Hell. London's armies lost. You survived. Your loot and your pension have bought you a command. This will give you a bonus to Iron, the skill of causing direct damage. An ordained priest. You fell from grace. There is nothing left ashore for you. An anonymous benefactor has found this way out for you. Perhaps, at Z, you can overcome your appetites. This will give you a bonus to Hearts, the skill of healing and morale. A natural philosopher. For your peculiar theories on time, blood, and starlight brought you down to the neath, the cavern where London lies, and now they take you out to Z. This will give you a bonus to mirrors, the skill of detection and perception. This is a good choice here. I think while I find something appealing about being a poet or a street urchin, and both of these seem like good skills as well, I am somewhat drawn to the idea of being a natural philosopher, sort of a Charles Darwin type. So I think, and I also like to role play characters with high perception. And especially in a situation like this, I feel like there's going to be quite a bit of stuff happening, and I want to see it. So I think we're going to go with natural philosopher. Is what we're going to do. You went with poet for your first captain? Alright. So we'll do philosopher then. You can tell me how different it is. And The great thing about this game is I think we get different captains and things later on, so that's good. Like if we die, we can just roll a new one, and that's pretty cool. Your peculiar theories of... Alright, we already read this. Your acquaintance, the plausible surgeon, will serve as ship's doctor, until you find someone better. Talk to him to find out why he went to Z. Your a stranger quality is gone. Welcome to the world. You've gained 20 echoes, so a new total of 70. Gained 25 mirrors, a new total of 50. I have one plausible surgeon, and someone is looking for passage. Interesting. So we'll get a passenger as well. Let's continue. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Your father's bones. Your father was lost at Z. You never knew him, but you've often dreamed of him. Find and return his remains to London for a decent burial. Immortality. Eternal life sounds like something you'd enjoy, and it's said that the presbyter, the ruler of the elder continent, has lived forever. Fulfillment. Gather 100 tales, learn all you can of the Z, write a masterpiece, retire. Wealth. You know how it is to be poor. Now you want a mansion, servants, fine clothes, a family, perhaps. A private kingdom. Establish a colony where you are absolute ruler. A utopia, perhaps. Perhaps. So basically that one would be Captain Nemo. That's interesting. Alright. We can't... Yes, I just downloaded Submariner today. This seems to be something that we can unlock when we reach that content. So that's exciting. That's really cool. Let's see. I'm sort of torn between immortality and fulfillment. Fulfillment seems like... Oh, you don't have immortality. Oh, I see. Okay, this is the one that's unlocked with the Under Z stuff. So this must be the one that comes with who's it? Well, let us try. Gosh, immortality seems appealing, simply because it's different, and I like this idea of sort of pitting us against some sort of elder thing under the ocean. Fulfillment, if we're role-playing this, fulfillment sounds a lot more like what I, as a natural philosopher, would be interested in. I'm guessing I can change ambitions when I get a new captain. I'm hoping. So I think we're going to go with fulfillment for now. Gather 100 tales. Learn all you can. Starting to sound a little bit like my druid. Whenever you return to Fallen London, you have the option of retiring, but you'll need to write your masterwork first. An occurrence. Your objective, ambition, quality is now become London's most venerated explorer. Interesting. Captain, an irregularity with the harbormaster's office. They wish to know, what term of address do you prefer ashore? This will determine what people call your captain, but your captain's gender is up to you. Madam. More Z captains choose this than you might expect. Sir. Citizen, a term of address popular among those of egalitarian sentiments. My lord. Perhaps you really do come from a noble family. Who's to know? My lady. Same text. And captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea. Thank you. I actually quite like this sort of the attitude it implies. Sort of like this is who I am, and none of this other the rank and what have you that has to do on shore is none of my concern now. I belong to the Z. I am captain. So I think we will go with captain. Captain it is. A last piece of advice. Explore. Take chances. This captain will probably die. The Z is hungry. But each captain passes on lessons to the next. Continue. Interesting. Now I need to choose my appearance and my name. I love how this one has an octopus on their head. My lady, yeah, that's a good one too. Let's see. I like the scientist lady. That's really cool. Not this captain, but perhaps another captain will have the traditional captain's look. This is the profile I went with for my other Fallen London character. But I don't want to roleplay that character here. We're going to play someone else. Got the deep sea helmet. That's quite nice. We've got a dandy. The Phantom. A leper? The Invisible Man, perhaps? And sort of an urchin type fellow. I think I might go with Mrs. Frizzle here. Or perhaps the lady with the quill. If I'm a natural philosopher, we'll go with eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Gotcha. Hollers, let him go. Yeah, go with this one. Oh, what should our name be? We will go with... Celine. Right. So, Fallen London, deep, dark, and marvelous. All voyages start here, and this is where successful voyages end. Here you may catch up with your correspondence, rest, or retire altogether from seafaring life. Okay. So here we get to pick what we do next. Hopefully, like, choosing one of these doesn't remove these other options from us. So let us pick some lodgings. Oh, we have already picked our lodgings. That's right. Here you may catch up with your correspondence. We can read our... Okay. The Unexpurgated Gazette. The magazine formerly known as the London Magazine. The Spiteful Trumpeter News. And all of our other options are locked. Or I could click on this card. Oh, I see. I see. Interesting. Okay. Let's read the morning papers. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. Interesting. So, to write our memoirs, we need an elegant townhouse. Good to know. Right. Well, let us look at London, or a passenger. Let's see what this passenger is. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. Agree to carry the anxious university student to Hunter's Keep. He has no money. He has no grace. This passenger has an eye on his face. He has no money, so the other captains have no interest, but he's a passionate youth, and promises that his studies on Yornflukes will be rewarding enough. Interesting. Yes. He jumps for joy as you agree to take him aboard. Thank you, please, take me to Hunter's Keep right away. A Yornfluke, a full, dead Yornfluke, washed ashore. I'm doing my thesis on them. Do you know they can digest human memory? And I may never have a better chance to study one up close. Interesting. Very interesting. So these are whales that eat memory. Or perhaps giant worms. We don't know yet. We'll soon find out. Let us see here. A submariner tutorial. Oh yes. Welcome, delicious friend. How to use your submarine. How does it work? We can't do that yet because we do not have a submarine. How to acquire a submarine. Her Majesty's Admiralty has sworn off submarine exploration. However, you have heard tales of unofficial research into submarine travel being conducted in her distant colony. Her Majesty travel to the southern coast and follow it east to find Port Carnelian. There you will learn how to convert your ship into a submarine. Be sure you've prepared for the journey. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Check out advice for captains. The much lamented Monsieur de Meux found a watery grave long, long ago. Probably your end will be no better, but if you read this book of invaluable advice, your chances will improve. On endings and beginnings. Captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you'll learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware. The layout of the Untersee changes with each new captain. But home waters are stable, and islands will only move so far. Good, good. Hold on just a moment. I'm going to adjust something here. We are going to fit this to the screen. Oh, we can't. Interesting. I don't understand why we can't do that. Size. We're going to crop this, perhaps? No. Ah, here we go. This is what I want. I think. One moment. Hopefully this will fit the screen just a little bit better. We will keep this over here. There we go. Okay. Let us continue. On exploration. Exploration is the heart of the game. Risk brings reward. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually you'll run out of fuel and supplies. Exploring and playing port stories will allow you to find secrets and echoes. On mercy. Unforgiving mode is how the game is meant to be played. One autosave updated whenever you reach port and wiped on death. If you're getting frustrated or want a more leisurely exploration, you can switch to merciful mode. On machines. Your prow lamp dispels darkness, reduces terror, increase, allows you to find Z marks. Your engines, of course, drive the ship forward into the night. On finding places to explore. Use your Z-Bat Scout. Technically, it's a chiropteroscope, but we're among friends here. On fighting. When your enemy is in the arc of your guns, you'll see the firing solution. The glow around the fire buttons increase. When it's complete, let them have it. You can fire earlier if you like, but may miss. Larger ships may have access to different gun slots. On stories. When you put into port, you can generally explore and exhaust the story options until your next visit. On terror. Terror increases gradually over time while you're out at Z, away from land. Watch the skull. When you see orange or red pips, terror will bump up if you spend much longer in the frightening place. Many events will increase it too. Good to know. On new stories. We'll add new stories from the to the game from time to time. You can download them from the main menu. Interesting. So we'll keep the advice book. We won't sell it for now, but let us explore these things. Legacies. Future captains can inherit some skills, officers, equipment, and money. Over time, you'll find extra items and advantages that allow you to preserve a greater inheritance. Well, that's very informative. Thank you. On exploration. Speak to your officers to spend secrets on improving your abilities. Spend echoes on equipment and ports. You can often find officers in London. Saving or loading manually will permanently switch your character to Merciful mode. This will remove the Invictus token. Completing a game with the Invictus token intact is a badge of honor. Oh, I see. Okay. So as soon as we make a save file, like by manually saving, we'll go on the quote-unquote easy mode, the not Iron Man mode. Alright. Very well. Ow. Excuse me, just kind of... chair was kind of deflating a bit. Right. On machines. Prowl up and your engines use fuel. Good. Saves at ports? Alright. Finding places to explore. Press Z, right? Or click the Z-Bat button at the bottom of the screen, and it'll tell you where the nearest undiscovered island is. Be warned, if you're moving, it will give less accurate directions. Pause to get the most accurate reading. Very well. On fighting... A green glow means your enemy is in the light. Enemy ships also have an arc on their guns. Try to stay out of their way. Enemy Z-Beasts will generally try to ram or bite you, and they'll submerge between times to avoid your attacks. If you're careful and turn your lights off, you may also be able to sneak up behind them and get a shot in first. Okay. We'll hold on to that for now, just in case I forget how things work. So yes, let's go to London. It's the greatest city on the undersea, and don't you forget it. Visit the Admiral. Well, I can't dive yet. Eventually I'll be able to dive. Yes. But then I presume there will be other things underneath the water that I'll have to worry about. So we can visit the Admiralty's survey office. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. Visit the university. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets, Z specimens, and other tidbits of esoteric lore. Provide a secret to prove yourself worthy of entry. Okay, so we need to have antiquarian, no more than 0, and 1 secret. Carouse in Wolfstack Docks. There is no danger here. Try to enjoy yourself. This will reduce your terror. You might run into trouble or romance. Matter of luck. Pretty good odds. Oh, okay. But we need some things before we can do that. Hire on more crew. Sensible sailors are looking for a safe run to the tomb colonies, or at least a sane run to the southern archipelago. You'll need to buy drinks spread around hiring fees. Look for daredevils. We have an 81% chance of this. And we'll have to spend 30 echoes. But we have 8 crew already, so perhaps this is something best left for once we've depleted some. Perhaps. Put your ship in dry dock for repairs or sometimes other purposes. Offer passage to a tomb colonist. An emigrant will pay to be taken north to Venderbite. They eat food? Okay. That's right. You were telling me. You're complaining about how much food they ate. Okay. We need another day, new recruit 1. Interesting. Well, let's not hire on more crew. Let's visit the survey office. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports and trade them in here. Hold on. The first time you trade in a port report, you'll gain Admiralty's favor. We can ask if there's anything they need, well, if we can be assured of your discretion. We have no current commission, and we have no favor. Ask to speak to a higher authority, or we can leave the Admiralty. Well, let's see if there's anything they need. That perhaps will give us a commission. This port. Speak to our agent there, and return. We'll see that you're rewarded. Visit the port below and return to London. You can check the details in your journal at any time. Retrieve strategic information from Gator's Morn in the Corsair fleet, somewhere not far from home waters. So we need to find Gator's Morn, and then we'll be able to complete that task. Interesting. Sure, we can speak to... Honestly, no. Let's not fuck with higher authority yet. We'll just, we'll do something for them, and then we'll see if we can speak to anyone else. Right. Is there anything else we can do? Pardon me. Let's, yeah, let's see. How do we get to C? Can we speak to our officers? Your officers! Left click and drag to assign officers to speak to them. Assigned officers. Something about bonuses. I don't know why that appears behind our, Thank you. I don't know why this appears behind our book. Maybe it's something to do with the resolution I have this set at. Oh well. We have a mascot. A comatose ferret. Mostly, it's immobile. Occasionally, it's feral. We don't have a first officer, or a cook, or a gunnery, or a chief engineer. We do have a surgeon. He probably won't saw the wrong limb off. Gives us +1 to pages, +1 to hearts, and a doctor aboard, +1. I can drag the book? How do I drag the book? Oh! Interesting. Okay. Hello, Arcade Royal. That's alright. I was doing some laundry earlier while you were streaming. We are playing Failbetter Games Sunless Sea, which is an extension of the Fallen London. uh, universe. Oh, of course. Have a time. Enjoy yourself. The conceit here is that I'm going to be reading all the text as if I were reading a storybook. Okay. We don't have a first officer. We don't have a cook, a gunnery officer, or a chief engineer. Can we speak to our mascot? We can play with the ferret. Sure, let's play with the ferret. What could go wrong? Play, that eye roll says. Play. I played once, in the happy warrens of London, before you installed me in this floating coffin and made me eat dried food. Damn your play. It is an eloquent eye roll. I love this ferret already. Don't play with your ferret on the street. God damn it, David. Oh no, this is a good ferret. I like this ferret. Oh. Hold on. Let us speak to the surgeon. Hello, my dear, sit down carefully. Just let me tidy away these implements. We don't want any carelessness, do we? Increase your pages. Oh, we'd like to talk to you about secrets, would we? Secrets are my very favorite. Spending a secret will improve your pages, but no higher than 50. We don't have any secrets. Ask after his desires and ambitions. He's traveled much, seen all manner of wound and malady, but is there anything left for him to discover? Any place he wishes to go? Yes. The Chelonate. You know it? They collect corpses. He shifts in his seat. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. What could I learn? What could I see? My dearest Captain, if we ever find ourselves in the Chelonate, I do hope you might see fit to release me from our arrangement. The Chelonate can be found somewhere in the far east of the Undersea. The next one is Sunless Skies. Oh my gosh. That sounds amazing. I want Sunless Skies. No, I wasn't ignoring you. I just didn't see it. I was too busy reading the things. Sunless Skies, huh? That sounds amazing. Alright, well, do we go to the... Ooh, here's where we buy our ship. Interesting. Shops. Here you can buy food, fuel, supplies, ship equipment, and trade goods. Shops are displayed on the left. Click on one to see hits where. Okay, as long as we're joking. Alright, so we're not in the shops at the moment. We're in the shipyard, but that's good to know about the shops. Okay, let's read these. Rubedo, Ligeia class steamer. This tramp steamer has served well, but for a long, long, long time. A Stymphalos class steam launch. Possibly there's a reason you might want to set to Z in a boat the size of a dining room table. Possibly. Oh. Oh, that sounds fascinating. The Victorian Empire in space. The high wilderness. A blistering, wonderful night. Among the thrones and domains of the stars, the Empress has abandoned London and led an exodus to the high wilderness to carve out a new British Empire. with the Empire being increasingly authoritarian. Bohemians, revolutionaries, and outcasts, like you, are trying to make a life for themselves on its fringes. That sounds fucking rad. I can't wait for that. That's going to be great. And the stars are being murdered. Oh, that's interesting. That's fascinating. Alright, so... oh. A Lampad-class cutter. Cramped and fragile, but remarkably nippy. A Foreside-class corvette. Small, swift, and formidable, like a very angry vole. A Caligo-class merchant cruiser. A ponderous, capacious vessel. A Mayonnaise-class frigate, the backbone of the Royal Navy, back when the Navy had a backbone. Influences include the science fiction of H.G. Wells and C.S. Lewis, planetary romances of Lay Brackett, Art Nouveau, Event Horizon, and Trains. Oh my god, you're right. That's exactly my jam. Holy shit. Yes. That sounds intense. That sounds incredibly intense. Alright. What was I about here? Right. The Eschatologue class Dreadnought. Okay, so this is a late game ship, it looks like. Z-Beasts can overwhelm any ship ever built. The Eschatologue was designed to be the exception. Yeah, so I like that they're using Fallen London to sort of weave these things into each other. That's really cool. I like that a lot. Okay. To the shops. No, there's no music. I didn't do anything to the music. At least I hope I didn't do anything to the music. Where are my options? Do I have options? Options. Journal. I didn't touch anything with the music, so I don't... If there's no music playing, I wonder why that is. Check my... Yeah, I'd like to check my settings. I don't know what I have to do to check my settings. I actually don't... I don't know what control to push to do that. I don't want to just quit the game. Oh, okay. Options. Audio settings. Music volume. And it's all the way up. I don't... There was music on the title screen. There's the sound of waves lapping here. Okay, all right. Should I just quit to desktop then? Quit title screen. We'll quit to title screen and see if that... See, there's music here, which might actually be a bit too loud. I think that's where it was originally. Okay, is this volume fine? Can you hear? Can you hear all right? Okay, well, without any input, I'm going to head back in. So we will go to continue. Oh, there's the music. Oh, that's quite nice. Thank you for the suggestion. I would have completely missed this. This is quite good. Alright. So we have supplies. We have foxfire candles. It is! I like it. It's got the air of the sea shanty, which I think you'll quite appreciate, David. I remember listening to sea shanties in your basement. I can't remember whether that was a choir thing you were doing or whether it was just something you liked, but I have the distinct remembrance of it. So let's see, we've got Wolfstack Exchange. Trading in common goods will only earn slim profits. Caro's Naval Surplus. Has found a use for their equipment once sold to the sadly reduced Royal Navy. The dangerously jovial Mr. Fires manufactures the most intimidating, least carefully tested devices. The Iron and Misery Company. What a great name for a shipbuilder. I don't know why it stopped again. Maybe it's just, it loops once and then stops? I'm not sure. Maybe it will come back when we go out to Z. I am taking like a long time in these menus. Bullitude's House of Vision. Its political convictions may be suspect, but his ship's lights are reliably excellent. I actually don't know what we have currently. This is in TN. No, it plays constantly. No, it doesn't. By the way, hello Susan TN, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I'm not sure why the audio is bugging out on me then. Hopefully it will sort itself out. That'd be really unfortunate if the music was just broken. Okay, well, I'm not sure how to set off. We have a solace fruit. We have supplies. I don't know how much supplies. We have 5 supplies. Restart just in case other stuff. Okay, well then we're going to attempt we're going to exit completely and restart that way, and hopefully hopefully that sorts itself out. So okay, let us continue. Okay. So, I guess I will buy some supplies and buy some fuel, and then the thing is I don't actually know where I click to leave port yet, so I'm playing this completely blind. Okay. So we go to our shops, let's buy some supplies. London's currency is the Echo. Earn money, explore map. Yes. Fuel. Let's buy some fuel. And we'll buy more supplies. There's an expansion, David, that just came out last week or something like that. That will give us a submarine if we can find it. So I'm rather looking forward to that. Yes, so this is a submarine game. It's going to be excellent. Okay, well, was there anything else we wanted to do in the lodgings before we left? No. Can't visit the university. We've already visited the Admiralty. And I'm not going to take on a colonist on this trip. We're just going to we're just going to go. So I guess I hit this button. Aha. Click the launch button to leave port. Cool. Where is that? E. All right. Pause is space and launch is E. Oh. Okay. This is... Okay. We're in the Wolfstack docks. Can I look around, or is it just... Okay. We've discovered Bafstener's Abyss. 50 fragments gained. Pretty. Press M. WASD to move. Oh, cool. Oh, those are some rocks coming up. We've discovered Hunter's Keep. Cool. Okay, so this is basically tank controls, pretty much. I feel like a lamp icon will appear above the logbook. Cool. Alright, so... Alright, but we have something going on at Hunter's Keep. So let's check our journal. Because I know that we need to go to Gator's Mourn in the Corsair's Forest. And... Yes, that's quite good, but can I... There we go. The Fate of Needles, bound for Hunter's Keep. It's rare something so awful washes up on shore. So we are going for this place. Okay, where do I see my fuel by any chance? It's iron, mirrors, veils, pages, hearts. Oh, this is our food. This must be our fuel. Okay. We'll see a jetty and a circle. Ah, such as this one. Thanks, Susan Tien. Go there for stories. Yes. Right. So, we go here, and then we click the dock button before we run into things. Right. Hunter's Keep. A quiet isle. A grand old house. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other Untersea islands. But here's a grand house. Windows aglow. Lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight. Raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. We can inspect the lorn fluke with the anxious university student, present ourselves at the house, walk in the gardens, or reconnoiter the island. Let's see. Let's see here. We can spy on the house, or we can present ourselves at the house, and then reconnoiter the island. Well, reconnoitering the island will give us stuff that we can sell to the Admiralty. But I think that, to be polite, we shall present ourselves at the house as well. So let's reconnoiter first. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns, a well tucked away in the fold of the grounds. Anything else? The sea's silence. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle, the house and the sisters. But the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. We now have one of this, a port report. Hunter's Keep. Now we shall present ourselves at the house. Oh, excellent. The music's all on Bandcamp. That's fantastic. They will have heard your ship come in. Why hide? Knock and enter. A maid with smoldering topaz eyes shows you into the parlor, where 3 young women wait. A visitor! The youngest cries. The next youngest chuckles. The eldest sighs. Do excuse the indecorum, she says. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? You are acquainted with the sisters of the Hunter's Keep. Blue lightnings crawl leisurely up the funnel. St. Erasmus dancing. The cry goes up. You'll find a story when you next make port. Interesting. Yes, it did. Interesting. So, we can have a luncheon with the sisters, Cynthia, Lucy, and Phoebe. And we can inspect the Lorn fluke. Yeah, I'm not sure why the music isn't playing. Perhaps it will come back when we go back out to sea. We'll continue. It lies on the shore, just beyond a hill. Let's inspect the Lorn fluke, and then we'll have a luncheon with the sisters. It lies on the shore. Just beyond a hill, you can just make out the fluke's spikes over the grass. The anxious student rushes by you, whooping, but he stops on the hilltop. On the shore, standing before the mass of dead needles, is a drowny in a Nuncian postal uniform. He glowers up at you. "This is not where the fluke belongs," the drowny cries in a plummy voice. "It's to be taken elsewhere. It already has a delivery label. That means I have to deliver it." The student sneers. "Sod your label! Captain, help me haul the beast to Station 3. My advisor at the college has arranged room there for its dissection and study. My work will benefit us all." Who will the corpse go to? There is only one fluke. They can't both have it. I think the answer is clear for my character. I am a natural philosopher, but I am not one of those colonial kinds. This is a great opportunity for science, but it is labeled already, after all. The lorn fluke is tied, by very reluctant sailors, to drag behind your stern. On your deck, the drowny postman smiles, relieved. "I was worried you wouldn't understand. Take me to Nuncio at your lease." He glances over the railing. "I am from London, but I don't want to be an asshole." The anxious student stands on shore, shouting and swearing at you. Tears fall fast from his eyes. The drowny shrugs and heads below deck. We are bound for Nuncio with the drowny postman. Let's have luncheon with the sisters. Who do we speak to first? The eldest? The middle? Or the youngest? Let's speak to Cynthia first. So you're acquainted with the sisters. Interesting. Okay, well, let's speak with Cynthia, and hopefully that won't lock us out of speaking to the other sisters. Perhaps we should speak to Phoebe. Oh gosh, indecision. Sure. Let's go down the line. We'll lunch with Cynthia first. Cynthia is the eldest, melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Cynthia grasps your arm and whispers to you. Her eyes are wide and blue. Her hair is wild and tangled. Bats might nest in it. Aww, only get to talk to one at a time, just how it is. Aww, I should have picked Phoebe then. I thought maybe we were going to get to talk to one right after the other. Oh well, the nature of the game. It seems to you that you are sitting on a hillside above a wide blue lake, listening to a story of a murder, an axe, a net, blood on scented water. "Another chop?" Cynthia asks. "You've barely touched your food. Here, I'll have the maid wrap something up for you. You can't be hungry. It's not safe to be hungry." We now have one worry and terror. We have one tale of terror. Interesting. We've lost 12 hunger. Interesting. Okay. Oh, but we have recent news, so we can tempt them out. Let's do that. Oddly enough, she comes to you with a message that their headaches are cured and you're invited to lunch. Sorry. We ask the sulphur-eyed maid to carry a few hints of your news to the sisters. Oddly enough, she comes back with a message that their headaches are cured and you're invited to lunch. We have laughter from the foredeck. And we have no longer have any recent news. So we've done Cynthia. Let's speak to Phoebe. Phoebe is soft-voiced, watchful, unpredictable. Here's a story. Phoebe has a story to tell of two lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table as she speaks, as if to a song only she can hear. The effect is hypnotic. Your attention drifts out through the skylight of the dining room to the false stars glittering in the roof of the cavern. You drift like a puffball spore. The Untersee shimmers below. Islands, like mineral specimens on black velvet. Ships bob like wood chips between the islands. Vast, spined things pulse in the depths. There is a scent, like the scent before a storm. The storm came, says Phoebe quietly. Everything changed. Somewhere in there, you finished the last course. The scowling maid reluctantly serves cheese and Bath Oliver biscuits. We now have one memory of distant shores. We are acquainted with the sisters, but something has changed. We've gained one supplies. We've lost one terror. Fragment remains unchanged at 150. An occurrence. Your The Gods of the Z storm's attention quality is now exclamation point. Right. Alright. So, that seems to be all we can do here for now. So let us see where we're going to next. We have The Fate of Needles, bound for Nuncio with the drowny postman. It's a rare something so awful washes up on the shore. Good. Salt's attention. It's watching you, even if it even exists. Storm's attention. An ancient anger knows you. We need to retrieve strategic information from Gator's Morn in the Corsair's Forest, somewhere not far from its home waters. Alright, and we have our memoirs, and we've only made one acquaintance so far. Okay. So, oh, and here's where we can do stuff, presumably, but not for the moment. Let us set sail again. Where's our music? Hold on. We're going to see if we can get our music back. That's rather annoying. I'm going to have to see if this is a known bug that we can fix. Right. It auto-saves, David, every time we made a choice. It's that sort of game. It's somewhat roguelike, I suppose. Every time you make a choice, it saves automatically, and you have just the one save slot at a time. We have low Barnet, which appears to not actually be above the surface, so that's cool. Let's see what's around. We found the Prickfinger Wastes. 50 fragments gained. On the horizon, the sickly yellow light glimmers for a moment, then fades. You receive fragments when you discover new places. Acquire enough of them and you'll gain a secret. You can use secrets to improve your captain's skills, or for some key stories. Combat. You've encountered an opponent. The red arc shows the range of your deck gun. Keep the enemy in range, while your crew works out a firing solution. This will happen faster if you keep the enemy in your prow light. The deck gun will be highlighted as your crew make progress towards a firing solution. Press space or close the tutorial to continue. Oh boy. I really don't want to be in combat, but I suppose we need to defend ourselves. Okay. How do I... Deck weapon is 1. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to be reaching all over the place here. Sure. Whee! Perhaps in a moment. Yeah. Combat wants us. Alright. Let's see if we can... Oh! Gosh, that was not what I wanted. But we emerge victorious. Ram them and stay on their butts. That's good. Let's see. The ship is yours. What will you do with her? Loot and scuttle her. She's a vile old vessel, and these Z's aren't safe. Take what you can, and move on. Lean pickings. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but here's something at the back of the hold. We now have a cache of curiosities. Opening a cache of curiosities. What's inside? Some sort of barrel. Tap the bung carefully. Let us. Yes, they do, because it is an underground sea. See, London has fallen into the underground, so the sea that's under here is not really the sea, it's the Z. And similarly, the submarines are submarines. It's kind of neat. I think it's charming. In the flaring light, it's Z-dark, but the taste is the darkness of autumn. Mushroom wine. An acquired taste, perhaps, but once you've acquired it, who'd go back to grapes? Nasty little bubbles of goo, grapes. Your a cache of curiosities quality has gone. You now have 1 cask of mushroom wine. Yeah, I like that. It's bats that stole it. The Echo Bazaar is what they go by. Apparently, we've had a war with Hell as well, and lost. Cool. Fantastic. So we've gotten some okay. So that must be, we are at the far western edge of the map. Good to know. So there's Davies Bay, Prickfinger Wastes, here's us, presumably. And here's London. So let's see if we can get back to London before where did the music go again? That's hardly fair. We suffered 5 damage. Fed the crew. Home waters, sailors dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. Good to know. Of course, they just want your soul. Yeah, like you do. So is this how hungry we are, or how much food we have left? Auroral Megalopolis. Discovered an Auroral Megalops from Southern Archipelago. 30 fragments gained. Oh, gosh, it is coming for us. Can we perhaps shoot it? Maybe we're out of ammo. When the red line reaches the middle, it uses a supply. Okay. Can we shoot the thingy? I wish to shoot the thing. Can I shoot the thingy? Got it. Ha! Aha! The Megalops defeated. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the Megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded, as bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. We can butcher it for supplies, or we can dissect it for knowledge. We are right near port, so we don't really need the supplies. So let's dissect it and see if we can gain any secrets. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops, of one of the deep-sea crab species. But its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. You succeeded in a page's challenge. The higher the quality, the higher the chance of success. You've gained 25 fragments, a new total of 55. Good job. Jolly good. Is this an enemy ship, or a pirate, or what is this? Are you friendly? Okay, well, you don't seem to be doing anything, so I will... Oh, wait! I can dock with you. Let's do that. And then we will go back to port. A light ship, far from home. Its clear, bright beam warms the way. We can speak to the crew, or we can purchase fuel. Ah, damn it. We don't have any recent news. So, we shall just have to come back when we have news and or fuels. Oh, we found Rowena's rocks. Oh, we've got things in the log I can read. The waves are cluttered with Zirac, like drowned hair drifting. Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antennae impertinently. Fed the crew. Oh, interesting. A tooth-cracking treasure. A chunk of grit baked into your ship's biscuit. You crack a tooth and curse. Your crew chuckle, but when the object turns out to be a diamond, small and badly flawed, but a diamond nevertheless, they all hush. Diamonds are sacred to stone, one says. Give it to the Z, Captain. It'll be luck for us. We can hang on to it. We're not going to throw a diamond into the Z to appease some nameless god of Zaylor's superstitions. Or we can do the careful thing. Zaylors pray to stone when they want home, hearth, and healing. She's the kind of god you'd want on your side. This is the Untersea. Who knows what can happen? A flash in the darkness. The diamond glints once as it reaches the apex of its arc. Down, down, and a wave reaches up to take it. We know something of the three gods of the Z. We now have the gods of the Z, Stone's attention. And we now have lost to terror. Alright, well, we still don't have much in the way of secrets or fuel and the like. Is that... oh, that's a not friendly ship. I don't think. So let us go... let's go back to London. December 7th, 1887. The waves are flecked with light. Are there other docks we can go to down here? I realize I shouldn't be wasting time with resources dwindling, but I really just like to see what's down here. We discovered the Department of Menace. Eradication, 2 fragments gained. We've discovered the Echo Bazaar. Is this going to be an obstacle, or do I pass underneath it? Is it a bridge? Oh! Shoot! That's not a bridge. Well. Yeah, I know, like, I don't really feel like I would take that sort of attitude. Yes, it is Arcade Royal. Echo's Bazaar, Fallen London, that's all the same universe. Returning to London. The lights of London welcome you home. This storylet only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. We can collect messages from the Harbour Master. All the clatter and song of the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? Let's see. Something has changed in the Neath. Another day, Time the Healer. Your time at sea will change you. And London. Someone wants to sign on. We now have one of this, another day, a free evening. Precious time away from a captain's duties. How will you spend it? The Rose Market bustles on Roser's Wharf. Who will be there today? A market for collectors and eccentrics throngs on Roser's Wharf. Oh. Interesting. So, here we go. We've got some more choices. Let's see. A little gift. A very fine evening to you, Captain. Or, Roser's Wharf. These are the two new ones that we didn't have last time we were home. Let us... Let's see what this little gift is about. I imagine I'm going to get harassed and or mugged, so this may not go well for me, but what the heck? Let's give it a shot. A very fine evening to you, Captain. My, what you might call mentor, is very fond of adventurous Z captains, and he would like to offer you what you might call a dispensation. On account of he is so fond of Z captains. Behind the blind bruiser on the dock stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. How much cargo room do we have? I don't actually know. Okay, Grimmel, we'll see you right back. I'm going to figure out what to do with this dispensation we've been offered. Clearly it's a trap, but is it a lucrative trap, Arcade Royal? Do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold, or come back later. It would be embarrassing to have to leave it on the dock. Inquire further. Who is this patron? Is there a catch? Ooh. Let us inquire further. An airy wave. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar. And public house, and there is no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose if that opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. Interesting. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what to do here. On the one hand, it's sort of exciting to be carrying illicit goods. On the other hand, we could very easily be stopped. Alright, we can come back to that story later. Let's see what's happening on the wharfs. Or in the lodgings. Our lodgings. Let us read the morning papers. The Unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, and the Spiteful Trumpeter News. News from home. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder. Well, this is the same news as last time, but regardless. Hi, Cassandra. Welcome back. We just were threatened, possibly, by a man with a knife. Let us go back. So this gentleman, who seems to be offering us a free gift of supplies and food, and fuel, but possibly wants some sort of illicit favor from us in the future, and or wants to stab us in the face. We were not able to determine that. Yeah, you lost that stuff, and he wasn't very happy with you. I imagine not. Let's check Roser's Wharf for now. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z-captains. According to the archaic rulers of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. People at the Rose Market will pay above the usual price for specific goods. A prim baronet is looking for an unread log. He brushes black rose petals from his shoes. The wharf is strewn with them whenever the Rose Market congregates. You got inspected? Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of, that if we accepted these goods from him, that we would be asked to smuggle something later. Which, as a man of science, I must object to at the moment. Perhaps if I'm more desperate at a later date. A tattooed courier will pay well for a consignment of Scintillac. Her skin is crowded with bright ink. Her smile is cocky. Yeah, the supplies seem quite good, so we might take the supplies and simply refuse to do anything illegal. Perhaps. We'll see. I'm deciding. We don't have very many echoes at the moment, so we might not have much of a choice. Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. This will usher in a new day at the Rose Market, and perhaps new buyers. Okay, perhaps not at the moment. We'll see if we can get any of that stuff for people at the Rose Market later. What is that emote? It's Donkey Kong. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So, yes, we don't have... Oh, we do have a secret. Interesting. Unlocked when romance... something... Interesting. Oh my god. You people and your crazy emotes in the chat. That's amazing. Skronked. Oh, I see. Let's see. We can hire on more sailors, but we don't need to. Yeah, those are nice. ZBTV RIP. So that's your work. That's very cool. Nice. Let's see. Oh gosh, I need to be less indecisive with this stuff and just kind of go. We have a mission from the Admiralty already. I should probably hold on to secrets, but let us speak to the university. Oh yes, the university's maritime liaison whispers breathlessly. Oh yes, this is quite a tasty one. Let me explain it to you. He explains, teeth glinting. You've lost one time's secret. A twist in your tale. You are now Favor's antiquarian. You've gained 1 page. New total 26. The Alarming Scholar. The Alarming Scholar is mercurial, to say the least, a creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Possibly is it her? Appointment is as University Maritime Liaison was precautionary, to keep his razor-sharp enthusiasm from causing too many inquiries in the faculty. Ah yes, the scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? If you have any knowledge items that the scholar will buy, they'll appear below. A memory of distant shores. A piquant piece of picaresque pilgrimage. A searing enigma. A dread surmise. Or we can leave the university. We have business to attend to, and besides, the scholar keeps snapping her teeth like a mechanical trap. Does this mean that we lose the memory? That's peculiar. I'm not sure what to do here. If we hit perhaps not, we can always come back. Although I'm not sure how much they're offering to buy this for. I wish it would tell me. Giving it. So does that mean they're just taking the memory from our head? That seems alarming, to say the least. We'll leave that for now. And perhaps we'll come back with something else that I won't mind parting with. Sure. Let's see. Pages no more than 49. One secret. Oh, we've already spent the secret. Okay. Okay. Sure, but it seemed like a nice memory. Hold on. Can I... How do I see what items I have? Is there a way to do that? I don't see a way to do that. That's, interesting. Hold. Curiosities. Okay. Oh, interesting. At the university and in the tomb colonies, they'll pay well for stories of far lands. Report, Hunter's Keep. Oh, right. I can go to the Admiralty's office. Because I have a port report on Hunter's Keep that I went to. Hunter's Keep. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty, notionally. We have gained 5 new echoes. We have 1 favor, Admiralty's favor. Your visit to Hunter's Keep has been confirmed by the Admiralty Records Office. You've gained 1 new fuel. Total now 4. Excellent. Let's speak to a higher authority. Survey 3 ports and return to win the Admiralty's approval. Yes, good. Okay. Good. Let us go ahead and accept this dispensation. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps someday you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's Head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct what you might require. Good evening to you. He salutes and is gone. We've gained 10 fuel, 5 supplies. We have accepted the proposal. We now have 1 times menaces, suspicion. The higher your suspicion, the more fiercely the excise will search your ship. Good to know. So we'll keep our contact with rough sorts to a minimum. Oh, let's see. What else is in our hold? What do we have? We have recent news. We have 107 fragments. I wonder how many fragments we need to get a secret. We have a tale of terror. We have a memory of distant shores. And... right. Well, we can perhaps... I'm sure that the tutorial will Oh, I forgot that we could use Z out there on the sea. The line above the logbook. The line above the logbook. Oh. So glean another 180 fragments to gain a secret. Aha! Okay, well, thank you. I will simply ask when next I am confused about some such. Let's see. Is there anything else? Is it worth hanging on to the advice for captains, or should I just sell that? Because I feel like most of this stuff I can probably figure out. I think I've gotten the hang of pretty much all of that. Oh! Well, there we go. We've sold it. We've gained 50 echoes. That should be enough to add some supplies. We probably ought to repair our ship. Seven to 9 damage. Crew damage. Warm up time. Right. How do I do that? London. Dry dock. Yeah. And then we'll offer passage to a tomb colonist, because I think if we take them to the tomb colonies, we might be able to get more for our memory there than here. But I'm not sure. I am not certain. I suppose we could always come back to port in what's their faces area and get more stories. Continue. Visit the Admiralty fuel stores. You've done good work. The Admiralty will issue you with a book of little chitties. This will exchange 1 point of Admiralty's favor for 2 to 3 fuel. Not yet. Ledbetter and Stainrod Shipyard. L&H will do a fair job for a decent price, but they have a reputation for cutting corners. If you're badly damaged and short of money, this is worth a go. We're not quite that badly damaged. Cotterell and Heather Sage. Admiralty Yards. You may call in some of your Admiralty favors to have cheap, good quality work done. Ship is in acceptable shape. The Scholar seems to be a holy crap I need echoes character, so like he doesn't give very many echoes for your stories. I don't quite understand what you mean. Or is it just that? Okay. The Rats of Fallen London are remarkably skilled engineers, and they know ships well. They are not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. And require 3 supplies. Okay, don't have much to compare, but I used him to save my ass when I was almost dead. Okay. They're there for emergencies, it seems. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I'll hang on to my stories for now, and perhaps we will, we'll do this with the rats. I suppose. Because I don't really... Yeah. Sure. A benevolent infestation. Rats sweep over your ship like tide. Day and night their tiny tools click. Your crew step over them cautiously. Eventually, the rat tide withdraws. How good a job have they done? We were fortunate. We've gained 27 hull, a new total of 91. We now have 5 wary and terror. You've lost 5 supplies, new total 5. Interesting. So why isn't my hull 91? Peculiar. Very peculiar. Well, we've lost quite a bit of supplies. So it is probably a good idea to buy some supplies and buy some fuel. What do the Foxfire candles do? We've all made mistakes. If only those mistakes could be left in the dark. Yeah, let's buy... Oh, we can get supply at Hunters. Okay. Good. Hunters, we can get more stories as well. So... let us then pick up a tomb colonist. I think. Or perhaps we'll hold off on it because we want to go south now, right? Because we've got the thing in our hold. The thing with the Fate of Needles. Nuncio is where we want to go. You say it's worth it to pick up a colonist? Susan Tien? It'll put us on a long journey. But that, of course, also means more mysteries to see. Take them north to the colony of Venderbite and sell them there. Are we slave traders? Is that what just happened? Ay, ay, ay. Alright, well, let's see, we are looking for... I'm the captain. That's true. I could have sworn that Ah, here it is. We have the commission to retrieve information from Gator's Mourn, somewhere not far from Hornwaters. So we'll see if we can pick that up. Oh, they go there to die. Interesting. Okay. Well, off we go. Let's set sail. We'll swing by Hunter's Keep first. Ah, and there's something off this direction. It takes a while. The dying, I mean. Ah, good. Very good. I believe this is St. Paul's Cathedral, which I've been to. Distant bells. Interesting. Distant bells. That seems... good. Okay. Gotcha. Well, let's see. Right, I do remember reading that, so we'll try that later. I hope I'm not boring anyone in chat who's watching this. This is really I'm really getting quite engaged with this. Let's have luncheon again. Luncheon with the sisters. Lucy this time. Oh, I suppose we can reconnoiter the island. Luncheon with the sisters. Lucy. Lucy, the middle sister, is sunny, restless, prone to giggles. A daft tale. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidentially. A complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in an attic and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently at the window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. We've lost 5 terror. We're acquainted with the sisters, but something has changed. You've gained 1 supply. You've lost 4 hunger. You've gained 1 memory of distant shores. Total now 2. You've gained 1 the gods of the sea. Stone's attention. Interesting. Interesting. We'll hold on to the recent news for now. Oh, right, I wanted to check the, what was it? We have caught salt, stone, and storm. And since we have all 3, we now have stone, storm, and salt. There are powers. Oh, I love this. I love this. This is so cool. Okay. Let's set off. Phoebe is your fave for reasons that would be spoilers. I kind of like her just as is. So the fact that she gets more story stuff is even more interesting. So, actually, let's stop the ship. We'll use our bat. See if there are any islands around. No islands within range. Very well. We are, however, heading south. So, okay, I can see what you mean about wanting to turn the light to. Oh, does our light use fuel? That would make sense. That would make sense. All right, what is our map again? There we go. So here we are. Let us south. Okay. So, okay, so okay. Good to know. Like now. A false star flares in the cavern roof directly above you. Flares and fades. Battle? I do not want to battle. Are you a lighthouse boat? Stalagmites loom in the distance like the cranes of Wolfstack docks, but vaster, vaster. The Corsair's forest. Oh? Our lookouts are watchful. So this is pirate land. Right, well, off we go. Ow. Come on. Here we go. We've almost got him, Captain. They missed us. Good. Let's loot her. Let's tap the bung carefully. This is what they call prisoner's honey, wrung by the lamplighter bee from the exile's rose. I wonder who made up all these names, remarks able seaman Carget. Someone who read a sight too many books, I'm thinking. Our cache of curiosities quality has gone. We now have one firkin of prisoners hunting honey. We still have enemies around. The glim lamp at the prow fizzes and arcs. Patrick's lot. No, press E. All clear. E. Okay. We can't stop at the lighthouse, but I want to. I wish to stop at the lighthouse. Oh well. Let us see where we are. So out here we're looking for a particular port. Let's see if we can find it before we die. Ah! More baddies. Hello, Maverinthia. It's quite alright. We are still new to the sea. We've tangled with some pirates and a giant crab, and we gathered some supplies and stories, memories from some sisters who I think are very Hecate-like at an island. They had us over for lunch. It was not a giant pirate crab, but it was a glowing crab, and we dissected it for science. We discovered Galder's Morn. And we've discovered Ekin Rock. Fascinating. So this is Galder's Morn, which is where we need to go to. Yes, we need to go to there because we are, yes, we have a commission for the Admiralty. I'm quite happy that I found it. But let us just scout around a little bit, shall we? Now these little circles are not places I can dock, right? These are just places where there's light from buoys and the like. Oh, stars! Right, the false stars. We've discovered Massey's shaft. 50 fragments. Pirates! Right. Let's get on their butt. And... oh! Let's attempt to get our light on them. Keep our light pointed at them. Oh, no, 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 wrong way, wrong way. Don't get in front. Oh, God. No, not in front. I'm bad at this. Let's see if we can swing back around. Get right on their butt. Oh, shit. Come on. Come on. We can do this. Come on, men! Are you sailors or are you rats? I mean, if some of you are rats, that is perfectly alright. Ow. Let's do this. Come on, come on, come on. Don't get in front. Don't get in front. Oh, come on. Shipwrecked. God damn it. We died. I didn't think I would die that fast. Oh man. Only 50% of our pages value? Gosh, darn it. Alright, well at least this way we'll retain our, I was invested in this character and I should not have been. Oh well. No. All of my characters will be the Adrift. They'll be name, comma, the Adrift. That's what we will do. Alright, so... Gosh, alright, we'll accept this redemption. I can't remember what Pages does. Or mirrors. Which... How could I have tell that there was 20 crew? Like, I don't know the UI well enough to know, like, that stuff. Like, was that... Did that appear above the ship somewhere? And I just missed it? Oh well. Can someone tell me what the... Is mirrors or pages what I had before? Because I was doing the perception run. What? Okay, but is it... Was it mirrors or pages? Because I took the naturalist. Or would it be better, since I've only had one captain, to just start a new game entirely? Okay, I'm just trying to remember which was the one that I was speccing into before. Because I don't know what these mean. Right, but I'm just asking what the names of the stats are. Like, I don't remember. Right, well, we're going with pages, I guess, and the chart. Okay, and we still get to decide. Okay. Okay. Okay, so mirrors is what I wanted anyway, the perception. You know, okay. I didn't. For some reason, I thought that when we were picking the legacy, it was going to like kick us out of this. Like we weren't going to be able to choose this. So I was kind of panicking a little bit. I'm sorry. Right. So here we go. Our acquaintance, the plausible surgeon, will serve as a ship's doctor until you find someone better. Right. We'll just continue with the same starting such as we had before. You will address me as Captain. Captain will do perfectly well ashore as well as at sea. Thank you. An occurrence. Right. Well, last time we were Mrs. Frizzle. So this time we'll be a writer, perhaps. Or this lady. And here we begin another adventure. Is this still entertaining for everyone in chat? We'll see what more we can explore here. And we will read all our papers. News from abroad. The Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the papers report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't. You'd know. Oh ho! A promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could do that. You could use that. We have supplies. Let's go to the rest of the city. We'll revisit the Admiralty's office. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. The Admiralty's picket fleets and intelligence networks are long gone. The survey office pays Z captains a small sum for recent information. Visit and investigate ports to gain port reports, etc. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, we can be assured of your discretion. Retrieve strategic information from the Iron and Misery Corporation's company Funging Station, somewhere not far from home waters. There we go. The Labyrinth of Tigers is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes of far Mandalay, the Thing in the Mirror, the Cantagaster's children, the gargantuan cave snake, the inhabiter of wolves, the hybrid fiend. Nota bene, the management recommends that you arrange your exit well before closing time. Interesting. So here's where we can sell beasts that we find. Someone in the docks wants to board your ship. We can agree to carry the august travel writer to Guider's Morn. He is prepared to pay handsomely for transport, and is keen to commission your ship. Specifically. Why, yes. I know where that is. The august travel writer shakes your hand. His grip is distressingly strong. Thank you. It's Guider's Morn I'm bound for first, he says. I hear they... Ah! He hurries over to your stoker, who is carrying his steamer trunk up the gangplank. No need to trouble yourselves. Give it here. Remember, Captain, Gator's Morn. I'll pay you 150 echoes when we arrive. That will do quite nicely. We have already gotten what we need to from this. We can go ahead and sell the book. We've done what we can here. London. We've gotten something from the survey office. We don't need to hire on more crew. And we may as well offer passage to a Toon colonist to continue on to Venderbite. So, out we go. On Beatrice, a Ligeia-class steamer. Aha! And we have retained our map from the last playthrough, so that's good. Actually, we may as well speak to this ship. Over Bad Stevener's Abyss. They long for news of home. Ah. Tea beneath the light. In the bleaching glare of the lens, among the smells of oil and metal, you sip tea and chat. The Z's terror recedes. We now have one Z story. I love that we can just collect stories. I like that quite a lot. Oh, hold on a moment. Alright, we're going to go ahead and visit Hunter's Keep once more, and do the little storylet there, and head on back to Gator's Morn, which is where I think we will leave off for the evening. I've been playing for a couple hours now, and we'll pick this up again from that point later. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist like 100 other undersea islands. But here is a grand house, windows aglow, lawns impossibly green and lush in the false starlight, raked gravel paths. You stand on the dock as the sea nudges the ship's sides. An unexpectedly warm breeze carries the faintest trace of lavender. Present ourselves at the house. A maid with a smoldering topaz eyes. Oh yes, yes, yes. This is we've read all of this before. Visitors are rare. You are very welcome. I am Cynthia. The noisy one is Phoebe. The cheerful one is Lucy. You are in good time for lunch. Will you join us? Of course. So this time, we will talk with Phoebe again. Phoebe has a story to tell, of two lovers parted by water, of a raven that carried messages, of a fragment of the moon. She beats time on the table. Oh yes, I've already read this. I won't repeat it for now. I will on the next night if we do it again, because I do like I like the story. But we've lost our hunger, which is good. We've gained a memory of the distant shores. And now, we return on our way to Gator's Morn. Which is, I believe, yes, that way. Hopefully this time we won't run into pirates and I will be somewhat more, oh, gosh darn it. Well, we will try to, oh, not in front, not in front. Swing around. There we go. Here we go. Not faring so well this time, are you? Oh, come now. There we are. She's a vile old vessel, and these seas aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but here's something at the back of the hold. We tap the bung carefully. In the flaring light, it's Z-dark, but the taste is the darkness of autumn. Mushroom wine. An acquired taste, perhaps, but once you've acquired it, who'd go back to grapes? January 18th, 1888. On the surface, the sun still warms the earth. Or so one assumes. The air trembles. A breath of change passes. We fed the crew. Okay, am I heading in the right direction still? Oh no, I've gone quite a long distance away. The art is like very pretty. I'm not usually one for like non-isometric top-down games, but this is really lovely. Right, here's Gator's Mourn. A sailor is praying. Corsair's Forest, west. Step carefully. The morn is a stalagmite, vast as a crag, and its foot has no safe harbors. The Corsair's citadel nestles halfway up. An intricate system of winches takes the strain, and your ship rises slowly from the sea. Her hull creaks in protest. Grizzled sailors groan and cling to stanchions. Higher. Higher. Now the Unterseas shimmers like glass below. Children clambering in crevices cheer and wave alarmingly. The winch motor slows, and you hang in a cradle next to a red-bowed pirate cutter. All right. Interesting. So we can introduce parasites essentially to this pirate's haven if we were so inclined. That's an interesting detail. Well, we will drop off the travel writer, and that was where we will end tonight's Bedtime Z story. Here is your payment, Captain. I'll be back by the evening bell. We'll discuss my next destination then. The travel writer sets out across the planks with good speed, his briefcase in his hand. It seems heavy, although he claimed it held only documents and writing equipment for an interview with a pirate king. The day passes relatively peacefully. There are brawls, but in good fun, the blood washed away with celebratory beer. By night, the boisterous cheer has given way to whispers about an uncommonly brutal murder, executed within an experimental shipyard. They say you couldn't enter the yard without stepping in the victim. The travel writer returns. He greets you with a curt nod as he boards your ship. The august travel writer flips through his notebook while on your deck. Awful thing, that murder. Commonplace here, I suppose. Fortunately, my interview was illuminating, and my business on the morn is complete. We can depart. I've another port to visit, if you'd care for another 150 echoes. 150 echoes, you say? Why not? Splendid. The travel writer snaps his journal shut like a trap. The Cumaean Canal next, I think. And we are bound for the Cumaean Canal. And that, my friends, is the end of the cast for this evening. Thank you very much for joining me. You can follow me here on this channel for updates on when I next cast. We're going to try to be doing these Sunless Sea casts later at night for those of you on the East Coast as a sort of bedtime story kind of thing, and I'm going to keep up this reading the text and so on. But yeah, do follow me here or on Twitter where I am the_adrift. That's Twitter. Um, and you can find those links and everything under the videos here. And I will be uploading this to YouTube later on. So thank you very much. Have a good evening. And for those of you on the East Coast, happy Halloween. Cheers.